Alright, had to start the stream on short notice there because I went a little bit too far in the cart, but we are here and we are racing in race number 25 on the season here in Watkins, Glen, New York. Ready for 45 laps at this historic road course. Go ahead and pause the game real quick so that nothing goes on. And while we are here today, while I get the chat up on my phone, whoa, what the hell was that, YouTube? That was weird. All the buttons were just like purple and blue for some reason, like my Discord background. That was interesting. But currently, let's look at our top starters and our rounding or qualifying order for today's race. Starting on the pole today on the opposite side, because they start on a different side of the track. Imposter earns his first pole of the season, followed by Goots in the 7. Then row 2, Squidward and Sands Club. Row 3, BV and Daisy. Row 4, McQueen and Maurice Jr. Row 4, is this row 4? I'm tired. It's been a long day. Row 5 is Doge Cube and Pecorine. Row 6, Hee Ha and Amori Cube. Row 7, Miku and the Racer. Row 8, Chow and Jinx. And I have no idea what's going on here. I don't know why the rest of the field is starting out back, but row 9 is Fear and Igus. Row 10, Trolling and Among Us. Row 11, Bloodclot and Dumbcat. Row 12, Gun and Hubris. Row 13, Mellowwood and No Maidens. Row 14, Bob the Builder and So Retro. Row 15, Eggdog and Racelin. Row 16, Dragay Lost in Shadow, returning from his suspension. Row 17, Squid Games and Sheepmobile. Row 18, Raccoon and Cole. Row 19, Sonic and Donkey Kong. Row 20, Cubador from Packmobile. And rounding out the field today is Melee Fox in the 92. Ready to go racing for 45 laps here at the
Drivers,
Watkins Glen Raceway.
start your engines!
I don't know why I went to Raccoon instead of our actual pole sitter. There he is. But interesting thing to note is that we have a lot of cubes up front that have not won a race yet this season. Since there's only 2 races left and 1 spot left in the playoffs. A win here today would be big in order to make yourselves get into the chase. This field lines up and gets ready to go. This is a big, fast, and windy road course here at the Glen with a lot of action. I actually raced here in my online league not too long ago. And we had an incident where a car went into the trees right around here, I believe. When they got launched into the trees by someone who was trolling and eventually got banned. It was right around this corner. But it was a very fun race. I did pretty good until someone wrecked me at the end, but oh well. It do be like that sometimes. Oh yeah, when I was getting the screenshot for the race today, there's actually a wreck on the first lap. So that's fun. That should be a good omen for the race for sure. But here's the corkscrew. Will be a very interesting part of the track for sure, as there'll be a lot of passing opportunities around here. Getting down this long winding section of the track. It's banked. Should make for some interesting action. Then coming out of that corner, you have a bit of a straightaway until you get to this high-speed part of the corner. This section right here always has bad wrecks. Like 2014, 2008, 2006. There's some bad wrecks down in this section of the track. So look out for this section later on today. And then they'll dive into this corner before they take one more corner to get to the start-finish line. That concludes a lap around Watkins Glen. So hopefully we should see some pretty good action out here today, maybe even a new winner. I know a couple of these cubes up in the top 10 would probably not get into the chase if they won, but it would still be funny to see them win anyway. We're about to go green here at Watkins Glen. The green flag is out as I am yawning. And we are racing here at Watkins Glen. Imposter gets off to a decent start. He's going to have a pretty alright advantage ahead of everyone else in front behind him. Squidward now moves to second. He won the last road course race at Montreal, so another win here today would be a great bolster to his confidence going into the chase. He's got a bit of a run going into try and pass Imposter here at the corkscrew, but no, he will not get it here. That corkscrew should see a lot of action here today in terms of battling and passing, but most of the cubes you don't usually see up front are going to be very fast here today at this track, considering most of the ones up front here are road course ringers like Imposter, Sands Club, McQueen, and Omori Jr., and Squidward, even though Squidward's actually been pretty decent at some of the other tracks as well. That's why he has a win. But Imposter will lead the first lap. Oh, the caution is already out. Trouble for YEAAAAH lost, who must have gotten turned right before the start-finish line, and just like that, we're already under caution here at Watkins Glen. Let's rewind here and see what happened to the 25 to cause them to go into the wall. Oh, looks like they got turned by Shadow. Yeah, got spun out by Shadow. Oh, and Squid Games makes some contact. Other than that, those are the only three that are involved, and they are really trying to figure out where they need to go here. But already on lap 1, and we're already under caution here. Oh my days, what is going on? They have no idea what they're doing. They're still racing each other. I think they still have to get to the... I think they're still racing to get to the line, because some of these cubes took the yellow flag after the caution came out, or after they crossed the line. I don't know how many of them did, but I think they're all still racing back to the line. Yeah, they are. Because they're all going around the pace car and still racing each other. I think Squidward's barely going to lead this lap. Just barely. And he will get 5 bonus points. Very crucial for him to stay in the playoffs. And Squidward will actually hold the fastest lap of the race, which was the last lap. But already under caution. Oh man, I'm very tired. Already under caution here at Watkins Glen. While we're at it, let's take a look at the cubes that need to have a good day today in order to potentially get into the chase. Sam's Club is like 27th in points right now. If he needs like a semi-decent shot, he needs a good finish here today, or maybe even a win if he can get to that. Goots is running 4th. He's actually below the cutoff line right now, because he's like 37th in points, because he's been having a bad stretch of races recently, but a good race here would probably get him back above the cut line. There's Daisy in 5th, still looking for that first win after coming close so many times. There's Omori Jr. having a great day, same with McQueen and Peckering in the 18, same with Miku having another good run. And same with the Racer. So is anyone going to pit on this first time round? Doesn't look like it. Just going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit so we can get to... Oh, we're back under green already. Wow, I guess the pace car gets off of its caution lights pretty early on, but now we're back under green again. Sorry for that fast forward. I just wanted to know when the one to go would be, but unfortunately we had to miss the restart for that. But that cuts down the stream time by a little bit, which is nice. But Squidward stays out in front off of this restart. He's going to stay ahead of the 34 of Imposter for just a little bit. Looks like YEAAAAH will stay in the race after that wreck, but unfortunately it looks like she's probably going to fall back a little bit. Same with the 01 after that wreck. Daisy and McQueen battling for 5th, I believe. Yes. Ooh, Daisy takes it wide in that corner, but she's going to have the advantage going into this corner here. Here comes Omori Jr. trying to make a run on McQueen for 6th. And they're practically all single file back there with a few stepping out of the line trying to take advantage into the corkscrew here. Here comes Sands Club trying to make a run on Goots for third. He's looking. Can he get it? Still side by side going out of 9. Looks like Goots, actually Sands Club is going to have the advantage here, but Goots is going to clear him. He's going to stay in third. Oh, he just slides up the track, almost gets into the 7 of Goots. Imposter now just looking to try and get as much momentum as he can to actually try and pass Squidward here in the 10. The rest of the field trying to look for the best opportunity to try and pass each other, but right now doesn't seem like the best time to try and pass. Spilled some water on me, but that's okay. Yeah, they're all trying to stay as single file as possible, but the racer in the 16 is right on the back bumper of the 2 of Omori Sr. It's got Chow in the 96 behind him. See if he can actually hold on to a decent spot here in this race, because he needs to stay in a good position to actually get into the playoffs, as Raccoon not doing too good, and that's the cube that the racer needs to beat to actually get into the playoffs. So he's looking for another good finish here today at the Watkins Glen. Eggdog and Pecorine, yeah, it is Pecorine, that's RACIN. Eggdog and RACIN going at it for 30th. There's Packmobile and Sanic going at it. Sanic is 3rd in points right now. Battling with Cubendorf and Sheepmobile back there. Squidward continuing to stay out in front. And now Goots is getting a bit of an advantage over Sands Club. Now Daisy's actually going to try and pass Sands Club whenever she can. Squidward still has the fastest lap of the race. Whoa. Daisy actually just ran her fastest lap of the race. As she now tries to find enough momentum to actually try and pass Sands Club, but they're all staying pretty clean right now. They know that they don't want to have a situation with what happened to Dragalia Lost in Shadow. Hubert's now holding off the 70 of Melawutta right behind her. Is So Retro having a decent day, and then Shadow coming back from his suspension last race. Ooh, someone was going around there. I thought Dumb Cat was going for a spin. Is now trolling, and Jinx going out as trolling cuts the corner a little bit. I don't know if the game would like that, but now Jinx is being forced up the track by the 19 of Igus, and here comes the 19 to the inside in that corner, and she's going to probably take that spot away, but now Gun and Dumb Cat and Fear trying to get into the mix. Gonna take a dive down there, still be side by side back here. And 19's gonna barely edge ahead of Jinx here. Will not be clear of him unless Dumb Cat can give her a push. Ooh, Jinx actually outbraked the 19. Let's see if he can get clear. Here going out of turn 1. He will, and now he'll force Igus back up the track, and here comes Dumb Cat try and pass for 19th. But up front, they're staying pretty stagnant as Squidward's still getting out to a pretty good lead. Sands Club is getting out ahead of Daisy, actually. That'll allow McQueen to try and passer. Oh, wow. Hubris shot up the track there. Almost got into Gun and Fear. Is now holding them up. And here comes So Retro looking for an opportunity to pass. Gun in the 47, one of those keeps looking for a playoff spot. Has not won a race yet this season, but has also come pretty darn close. Standing at the outside of the 19 of August, now running side by side with her. Coming onto the first start-finish line. Almost at start-finish line. Chow and Among Us battling with each other for the 15th spot. Going to drive that 56 wide a little bit. But now Goose is trying to get back to that second place spot where he started. And potentially could get past the 34 of Imposter. Actually, did have some cubes come down pit road last time. Donkey Kong, YEAAAAH, Melee Fox, and Squid Games all came down pit road, so interesting strategies between them there. Donkey Kong actually gained 2 spots after he came down pit road, so those tires are helping just a little bit compared to last time. Ooh, I don't know why I'm so tired today. Is McQueen now trying to make a move on Daisy for 5th? He gets a great run on the outside going into the final corner. Gonna be side by side. Amori Jr. just waiting in the wings for something to happen between these two. So Daisy and McQueen still going at it up here as Squidward continues to get away. There's Among Us in the 53. Still trying to make a move on Chow in the 96. Can he get it in the corkscrew? Forces Chow closer to the grass. Now he's got to go through the grass a little bit, and he will take that spot away from the 96. And Daisy will stay ahead of McQueen for now, but now Amori Sr. or Amori Jr. is trying to get into the mix as they're all bumper to bumper off of each other going into the section right here. And here comes Amori Jr. trying to make a move on the 95 of McQueen. Hard braking, both of them will do in turn 1, and now Peckering in the 18 looking to have some action with these guys right here, as McQueen will stay ahead of the 02, but will lose a lot of momentum to Daisy in the 44 right in front. Scoreboard's still getting a good lead ahead of Imposter, Goots, and Sands Club. An Imposter took our life away, now we sit here to DK. Now we're seeing some cubes take some drafting partners. You see Gun and Jinx drafting with each other. There's Igus and Fear drafting with each other. Hubris and Shadow drafting with each other. And some more examples like No Maidens and Eggdog back here. Packmobile and Cubendorf. Already almost 15 laps through this race here. That's about a third of the race of distance, so should be around an hour, maybe a little less than that if we continue to go green like this. Is my plush still in Georgia? Yeah, it is. Unfortunate. This little pack of 3 cubes right here looking to find the best opportunity to try and get to our leader, who has led every lap, almost every lap so far. Only one has been led by someone else, and that was by Imposter at the start of the race. Sheepmobile and Dragalia Lost going at it. That 25 doesn't seem to have too much damage, but now she's obviously slower than she needs to be right now. Now Squidward's lead continues to grow here, as he's looking forward to winning another road course race this season. But it's not that easy at a track like this, as this track is very demanding on the engine and everything like that, so who knows if a mech fail could happen. But now Maury Jr. and Pecorine going at it in the 02 and the 18 seem to find a little drafting business with each other. Last time I've seen these two race together, they were racing in the back, and now they're both racing in the top 10. Looking to get a rare top 10 for this season. Actually, Miku in the 72 is just sitting outside of the top 10. She hasn't had a top 10 since Dirt Bristol, so she's really looking forward to getting one here today. Doge Cube now making a move on BB. It's just being chilling out here in that 00. Still side by side with that 66 for the lead. They don't seem to be making much headway on our leader right now, who is running much faster laps than everyone else right now. He's just killing it. Actually, we have a new fast lap. It's by Goots, who ran a 121.311. .71 seconds and 71.34 or 71.54 seconds. Now Hubris and Shadow are going at it for 21st or 22nd. See who the real winner of this exchange will be as soon as Shadow actually races someone, because he actually almost killed Dragalia Lost in this race. So let's see if he actually races her clean and she will get away. And here comes Fear in the 13 looking to make a move on Shadow. He's going to dive it deep in the corner. No, he will not. He'll take the corkscrew like a man. That sounded very wrong out of context. .8 seconds lead has extended to around. Oh wow, the gap actually closed last time by a little bit. Imposter ran a faster lap than Squidward did, so hopefully he can actually try and catch up and pass him for that lead. So we're at 20 laps through this race so far. I don't know why I'm so crazy tired after going and getting water. But it is how it is sometimes with that. Miku's trying to pass BV for that last spot in the top 10. More Senior the 2 waiting in the wings, along with 53 of Among Us, who's waiting as well, alongside the Racer and YEAAAAH. If I fall asleep during this stream, that would be pretty funny, but I don't know why I'm so deathly tired. You want Cole and Packmobile going at it for position here. Ooh, he slides up the track, and here comes DK. Packmobile again, and once has the advantage on that inside part of the lane, and he will get away from DK here. Now Sanic trying to make a run, but DK goes up the block, and he will stay ahead of the 06 for now. Still not a lot of battles going on out front. Sands Club, Goots, and Imposter still battling for second spot. Now Daisy McQueen, then Amori Jr. and Pecorine. Actually, another thing that happened on the time when they had to get the picture was that Omori Sr. blew an engine before the race even started, so I was kind of on a time crunch, so I didn't even reset. So then I did that, then they wrecked coming out of turn 11. And that's when I got the screenshot. Actually, they wrecked in the chicane. So that was an interesting little bit. Daisy's actually catching up to Goots just a little bit here. Let's see if he can actually catch up to Sands Club and Goots and get to the top 4 instead of being just in the top 5. Also, interesting little tidbit. In the original Cubecar series that was not run by me, one of the people who actually signed up for that a long time ago now races in the NASCAR Cup Series, so that's pretty fun. He just got signed in the Cup Series today, which is interesting, to say the least. Oh, caution is out on the track. I believe it might have been Cole that was involved because he's further back. We're going to have to go back to the time of caution and see what happened because Cole's at the back of the pack, so he may have been involved in an incident. It was right here. So was it the 28 involved in a wreck? Was it at the exit of the... Yes, it was at the exit of turn 11 again. So Cole involved in yet another crash here. Let's go with the helicopter cam. Or not yet another crash, but another crash. Oh, Packmobile turned him. And around he goes into the inside wall. And caution is out yet again. Here at Watkins Glen. Thankfully, he was the only one involved, so no harm, no foul. But he probably will not be happy with Packmobile after this race, especially since now they're in the exact same VC. I'm gonna tell him. I want to see what his reaction would be. So now we're under caution for the second time here at Watkins Glen, and thankfully I don't need to fast forward this time. And now is the question of will they actually be able to make it to the end on fuel, because now we're just about to hit halfway, and When we do, we won't actually know. Dude, I just got 2 separate reactions to telling Cole that his cube got spun out. I just got... Well, Pac said, "That's my boy," and Cole said, "I demand he get disqualified." Damn. What an amazing set of reactions. But now they're all coming on pit road. But the real question is, will they all be able to make it to the end on fuel? And that's the biggest question here at this track. It is unsure if they all will make it. Now they're all filing in to get into their pit box. Pit road's a very busy place here today. Let's see if anyone will come out before anyone else does. If we'll have a new leader after this round of pit stops ends. No, Imposter will actually beat Squidward off of pit road. Daisy will come out 3rd. McQueen comes out 4th. Peccary comes out 5th. And there's a lot. There are 3 wide coming off of pit road. Trying to figure out where they need to go. A little bit of a bump coming off of pit road there. So I need to be careful when exiting the track because you can literally die there if you go too fast. So far, no DNFs in this race. Only 2 minor incidents. But our new top 10 following that round of pit stops is Imposter, then Squidward, then Daisy, then McQueen, then Peccary in your top 5, then Miku, Sans Club, Amori Jr., Dogecube, and Among Us. Now Goots actually lost a lot of spots there. So did BV. So did the Racer. Shadow actually gained a couple spots. Actually gained a few. Same with Igus and Hubris. Among Us especially gained a bunch of spots because he's now in the top 10. And they will be going back to green this time by... And since we are now past the halfway point, we will now be... Ooh, excuse me. We will now be past halfway, and we are... I mean, they probably will make it on fuel, because they did make it to halfway when the caution came out on fuel. So, we'll actually see if they did take... Oh, the 07 of Hubris has a tire problem after... they came off of pit road. It says damage 0, so she should be fine. She should be fine. Oh, wow. Some of them took 1 can of fuel. Some of them took half a can of fuel. So, interesting strategies. Some of them might actually not make it on fuel towards the end of this race. So, who knows? As I take a sip of my water. My water! Shout out to you, Xenoblade 3 heads out there, I guess. Back under green again at Watkins Glen. The 34 will lead them back to the green. But let's see if that 10 of Squidward can get back out front and lead some more laps. Let's see if Daisy can actually get out front. Potentially have Lightning McQueen. By God, last in points right now. If he wins the race here today, that would be the upset of the century. Even though he probably wouldn't be eligible for the chase. It would actually be better for the drivers that are looking to get in because of that 1 slot that is left for a winner. And we're still with Raccoon, Goots, and the Racer battling for 1 spot. Daisy will swing around the outside, lose a little bit of momentum, so it looks like she's not going to battle for the lead for now. But Imposter will stay ahead of Squidward for the time being. I love these reactions. Good stuff. Imposter's going to stay ahead of our leader for now. Or stay ahead of our most dominant cube so far, and will lead his 3rd lap this race compared to Squidward's 21. So if he leads the rest of the laps in this race, he will steal the most laps led bonus away from Squidward. And I think he gets locked into the chase. He is very, very low in points right now, so I doubt he would, but He'd be on the bubble if he finishes good at Texas World. Then he could... Oh, caution's out again. Oh, big crash. Melee Fox is in the grass. Looks like DK is involved. Squid Games and Cole might have been involved again, so... Oh, man. Is this going to be a wreck fest? Oh, and Raccoon might have been involved as well. That's not good. Oh, no. Oh, God. So DK looks like he got spun out. A Raccoon got turned into DK. And then DK got hit by YEAAAAH, lost in Blood Clot, Packmobile. Oh, man. He got stuck in the wall. Look at that. He just, like, got dead stuck in the wall right there. Sheepmobile managed to avoid some damage, I think. Looks like no Maidens did as well. So those two will get out of there clean. Same with Sanic, Bob the Builder, Squid Games, Raccoon, or not Raccoon, and Cole, so they will get out of there. But I believe after that, looks like Melee Fox will be the first DNF of the day. Probably DK as well, because he took some major damage there. But we're back under caution again here at Watkins Glen for the third time today. Yeah, this might actually end up being a while. But if there isn't a question, will the rest of those cubes actually come down pit road? At least the ones that already have pitted. Or the ones that pitted for less fuel than last time. Will be interesting if that was the case. Now it's just a matter of how many cautions are we going to have towards the end and who's going to be involved in them, because they look like they're mostly being involved with the groups that are back in the pack. So the leaders right now currently having a pretty good time being out front. Let's see if any of these guys can get a good restart on this next restart and get away with potentially even taking the lead. Actually, Goots is now back in the top 10, so he must have gotten back in there after passing Among Us for that spot. He must have done it corkscrew or on that cooldown lap. We'll be going back to green this time by, at least most likely. Even though Melee Fox is still on pit road, so he'll most likely retire from the damage that he got. Oh, YEAAAAH lost it. Packmobile now coming down pit road. Damage repair for those two now going on. DK didn't come down pit road, neither did Raccoon, which is interesting, because DK took some big hits in that wreck, so he's going to stay out for now, which is interesting. Those two DNF? No, they're still in the race. And Melee Fox is a one lap down on a road course. And he'll most likely be done for the day if he actually poofs out of existence with that crash damage. Capping off a pretty disappointing season for that team going into the regular season finale. Just needs a big break. Maybe a win in the off season or a win in the postseason to actually glorify that team actually existing. But you have one... Hold on, let me switch to a better camera angle. 1, 2, 3... That's really it. 3 prize-eligible cubes that can win here today. Packarian is actually doing pretty terrible in points, but RACIN is way back here. But if she wins... Because RACIN's like 26th in points right now, so she's been on a pretty big tear since the start of this season. But if RACIN wins a race here at Texas World, as Melee Fox officially retires from the race and gets the last car win. But if RACIN wins a race in these next 2 races, she could still make it into the chase, so that'd be a huge upset win. Although granted, she probably won't make it far into the playoffs, but at least she did her job. And that is win, win, win no matter what. Something on my mind and I can't give it up. I think that's the lyrics. Got money on my mind and that something something. I don't know the lyrics. But Imposter will lead us again when we go back to green. here at Watkins Glen as we get almost a 15 laps to go, which is a lot at a track like this, especially since we've had 3 cautions already with varying levels of results. 2 of them in turn 11 and 1 of them in turn 1, so I see these 2 corners right here, this one and the next one, seem to be the most dangerous out of all of them so far. Will Imposter win the race today and lock himself into the chase potentially? Or can Squidward steal it away? Maybe even Daisy could steal a win away here today. Y'all get a pretty good restart. Let's see how they all take corner 1. As McQueen goes wide, and now under fire from the 18 of Pecorine. Now Miku, here comes Pecorine in the 18 on the inside of McQueen trying to take that spot away, but she's going to lose all that momentum into the corkscrew and going into the chicane. Squidward still right on the tail of the 34 of Imposter. Daisy and McQueen just chilling right behind. Yo, dudes, the Empire is pretty chill. Maybe you could, like, join it or something. I just rediscovered that meme today, and I'm so glad that I did. But anyways, potential pass for the lead. Here comes the 10 on the inside. Running side by side with our leader. Gets a great exit at turn 10. And here comes Imposter once again. Is he going to get that pass? It's still going to be side by side. Oh, into the wall hard goes the 18 of RACIN, or Pecorine, and the caution comes out. She just absolutely hellacious hit to the tire barriers back there. Bob the Builder also involved, and so is No Maidens. But you saw that back there. That 18 just took a massive hit out of turn 11 to the tire barriers. Kind of like what Denny Hamlin did a few years ago in the Cup race, but goodness gracious, what happened there? As our 4th caution of the day comes out. It's like Bob the Builder must have hit her. But, oh, Miku turned her into the barrier. Bam! Oh, No Maidens and Bob the Builder got together at the end of that wreck. I just want to see what happened to those two. Looks like they wrecked each other. Yeah, they did. And No Maidens hit the tire barriers or hit Pecorine as she was about to despawn. Looks like Pecorine is also going to be out of the race a lot quicker than Bob the Builder or Melee Fox was, but that's our 2nd DNF of the day. I think No Maidens might be the next one because he took a pretty big hit there. But so far, 3 of our 4 cautions today have been in turn 11. Is that turn 11? Let me double check. Yes, that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whatever. I'll count it later. I'm pretty sure it's 11 corners of this track, but it's fairly simple compared to other road courses on the schedule. Actually, there's a section of the track. Oh, wow. Bob the Builder and Squid Games dropping to the bottom. So I'm actually coming to pit road this time by. There's a whole section of the track that was used in 2019. It's right here, I believe, where they come out the track and come back into the section of the road. But is anyone coming down pit road this time by? No, it doesn't look like it. As now we just get past the 15 laps to go mark in this race. Still don't know how many cautions we're going to have, but now that Pecorine is out of this one, that will put Among Us back in the top 10. Exactly 4.20 seconds back. Nice. Ooh. Yeah, the 0-1 of Squid Games is in. Does he retire from that? No, he does not. He's going to try and fix that damage. And so is Bob the Builder. No maintenance pit as well? No, he didn't. Interesting. And the lights are off on the pace car, which means we'll be going back to green this time by. But Daisy's just lurking back there in third. She's been watching these two leaders, the two of the fastest cubes all day, been go at it this whole race, but she's been just waiting for them to wreck each other, because turn 11, basically calamity corner at this point. If they race each other hard enough into turn 11, they could end up wrecking each other, which could allow her to capitalize if she can actually avoid the two spinning out in front of her, if that happens. But then she's got McQueen and Miku right behind, who are both equally looking for a win. Even though Miku already has one, she's looking for another. She's running really good here today. So that tire problem on Hubris will not affect her too much. We're going back to green this time by, and hopefully we'll be able to race for at least a lap without going under yellow again. Let's see if they actually do manage to race clean for the rest of this one. Very late restart for the 10, but he gets a great jump. And here comes McQueen trying to make a move on Daisy for third. Dives to the inside, sends her up the outside lane, and here he goes. Going for third here. And he will clear Daisy here. Now he's going to try and go for second. A lot of cubes trying to take that inside lane right there going into the chicane. But McQueen's actually got a pretty big run on the 34 here of Imposter. Let's see if he can actually try and pass him on this straightaway here coming into turn 9. Or coming out of turn 9. All running pretty close to each other so far, as they've actually made pretty good distance on Miku, who's running 5th right now. And they all want to run single file again, so that they don't wreck each other again. And no one will pound the tire barriers this time coming out of the lap, as Squidward will lead once again. These guys are all very close together. Just looking to find the right opportunity to pass. Is now Daisy getting a little bit of momentum on the 95 here, trying to pass him back for third. Let's see if she can actually try and do it here. With all the leaders now running within a good length of each other. Daisy actually fell back a little bit after touching the grass while trying to hop that curb. But McQueen actually gained a little bit on the 34. He's got a little bit of a draft, but he needs to get a little bit more than that in order to pass him for second. He actually ran a faster lap than both Imposter and Goots and Daisy last time, so he might actually be a contender for the win if he can actually pass both of them. But Imposter just lurking right behind, looking to get back out front, but neither McQueen nor Daisy have led a lap this race. Miku's still holding on to the top 5. Caution's out again. Oh, Sheetmobile slowed up a little bit there. I don't know what the caution was for. It might have been in turn 2. Or, yeah, it might have been out of turn 1 again. Let's rewind back to when the caution came out. It was right here. Who died this time? Oh, God. Was it turn 11 again? Oh, it was Raccoon. Ooh. That's not good for him. Oh, did he get turned by DK? Oh, he got turned by Cole. Oh, no. Him and Titan are both in VC again. And around he goes. And he kept it off the wall pretty good. And now Raccoon will fall back quite a bit. And they're still racing back to the line here on this green flag. Or this is technically a yellow flag run. Scoreboard got a great advantage. Now Daisy will get back to third when we go back under caution again. Is this really going to be the rest of the race? It probably is. No, not he's calling me. Hold on. Let me see if I can get him into VC. Cole wants to call me. Hold on. Fuck. I'm ready. Pick up, bitch. He doesn't know, though. He doesn't know. Hello?
Hi, I'm representing my lawyer. Hi, I'm representing my client, and I'm here to request that Packmobile be eliminated from the next qualifying round, or else I will sue the entire organization for $15 million.
Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news.
Okay.
Good news is your cube just killed someone.
How's that good news?
Bad news is it was Donkey Kong. No, wait, no. Shit. There he goes. Well, it is what it is, I guess. Also, I got a ping in Dior. Oh, it's the thing. What I was going to tell him is that it was Raccoon. It was not Donkey Kong. Was not Raccoon. Was Raccoon that you killed. I mean, those two look so similar that it's hard to tell the difference, honestly, from a glance. At least from a quick remembrance. But as of right now, Squidward still leads. Imposter second, Daisy holding on to third. Miku still holding on to fifth, even though she's got two fast road course ringers, Sans Club and Doge Cube, right behind. Looking forward to pass her for that top 5 spot. Top 5 would actually be great for her in that team. She actually jumped to 39th in points, no longer last in points again. And we will be going back to green this time by with 10 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. Please, God, I hope they don't crash again. That would be so funny yet so sad at the same time. We've had like 10 cubes involved in incidents today in total. And they've all been in the back. Except for Jagalia Lost, who was in the front, and Pat Green. God, what a funny race this has been so far. Mushroom. Actually, see if he responded to what I said in chill chamber. Oh. But anyways, we're ready to go back racing here in the great state of New York. Even though it's the main state of New York, which is more cringe. Actually, no. If you live in the mid-state of New York, you're more based. If you live in Manhattan or Bronx or whatever it is, I haven't been there in years, then you're cringe. If you live in main state New York, then you're based. You live in the same general area as Watkins Glen. Even though the main state of New York is actually pretty big, from what I remember. I don't think I've actually been to the main state. I've only been to the funny island that is Manhattan. And I've also been to the TF2 MVM map that is Manhattan. Very late restart once again for Squidward. Does not get as good as a jump as he did last time. Now Daisy's trying to go for second here. Dives down to the inside of the 34. She's got the advantage going into turn 1. Now trying to go for it again, turn 2. And now she's trying to go for the lead as she swipes up, steals second away, and now she's trying to go for the lead here at Watkins Glen. Maybe even steal away a win. Right on the back bumper of the 10 of Squidward. Actually, Goots has gotten an even faster lap recently, so... Ooh, Daisy took it wide in that corner, but she's going to still keep her momentum by a little bit. We are still green. No one has died just yet. Now McQueen trying to go for third and trying to pass Imposter for that position. Do we have a turn 11 cam? We do. Once they get there, I'm going to watch the turn 11 cam and see if they wreck again. Daisy loses a little bit of momentum here, and now we're going into turn 11, so I'm going to switch to that camera, see if anyone dies here. Wow, nobody wrecked. Amazing. And now McQueen is in third, now trying to look to pass Daisy for second as she is losing ground to Squidward, who has been so good in the clean air all day. Looking to get ahead to a pretty monster-sized lead ahead of Daisy once again. But now Daisy's running in second. This is another good chance for her to try and get a win here today. Would be good because her teammate was involved in a couple of incidents, so... And she's actually technically lower in points than Cole is right now. I believe she's 25th in points? 24th or 25th in points. I believe Cole is now 18th in points. After a good stretch of races recently. But now McQueen's actually catching up to Daisy as Imposter falling farther behind. As now Sands Club is back in the top 5. And now the Racer trying to pass Among Us for a 10th place spot. Great day for the 16. Actually, great past couple of races for the 16. And he's got another good track of his coming up soon, which would be Texas World, which is another bigger track, and he's been good at those big tracks. Like Texas World, Michigan, Indianapolis. Daisy actually had a really bad corner there, and now McQueen trying to make a move to try and get past her here. As Squidward continues to get out front. But what Squidward does not need right now is a caution, because Daisy has been incredible on restarts recently. And she really needs another caution so you can actually catch up to Squidward properly, pass him, and get out front here at Watkins Glen. But who knows if we'll have another caution for the rest of this race. We haven't seen any wrecks of the corks in the chicane, which is really interesting. Usually they like the wreck in the chicane, but we've only seen wrecks in turn 11 and turn 1. Technically in turn 2 at one point, but they've been bing chilling in turn 11 this whole race. They're throwing all their skill out the window. Squidward ran 4/10 faster than Daisy did that lap. Let's see if he actually did run faster. Daisy ran 12.4, 12.3, so he is still gaining, but the gap was still the exact same. McQueen actually ran a faster lap than Daisy did that last time, which is weird because he's still running behind her. Miku and Omori Sr. or Omori Jr. now going at it. Omori Jr. will pass her for 6th, and she will continue to fall back a little bit. Trolling and Hee Hee Ha going at it for 16th. He will get past him for that spot. Daisy actually getting ahead, actually catching up to Squidward just a little bit. I believe she might actually have the momentum to maybe catch up to the 10 and pass him for the lead. But if she does that, she needs to have the race go caution-free for the rest of the race. So we could actually set up for a pretty good finish. So we've got 3 cubes looking to take the lead, or battle for the lead here at the Glen. Squidward got a really good exit out of turn 11. But Daisy has that draft. Can she actually try and close? She gained 0.6 there on that last lap. Squidward ran a 12.0, so she actually did gain 0.6, and she is slowly gaining even more trying to take the lead away from the 10. Could Daisy be the secret road course ringer that no one expected? I believe she actually has a B rank on this track, so she either rolled really high on the AI rating for that, or she's just built different. But Squidward actually gained a lot of momentum coming out of the first few corners, now going into the chicane. Always the hardest part for me was that part of the track right there, but Daisy actually gained a lot more there in the chicane. Goes wide again in the corkscrew. Coming out of turn 9, going into turns 10 and 11. She's right on the back bumper of the 10 of Squidward. Can Daisy take the lead away, finally get the win that she needs to get into the chase, or is she going to come up short yet again as we come to 5 laps to go this time by for the 10 and the 44 and the 95, potentially? She lost a little bit of momentum there. And Squidward must have outbraked her there going into 1. Now going into 2. Oh, Daisy lost a lot of momentum in 2. Squidward is just doing better at the corners she's worse at, but then she's better in the corners that Squidward is worse at, so he ran a 12.4. Yeah, she ran a slower lap that time. But Daisy either needs a caution or needs to have some really damn good laps in these next few years. McQueen goes wide there, gets into the grass a little bit. But Daisy continues to lose more and more momentum. This shirt has been scratching me all day. Squidward already has experience winning at road course races like this. He just needs to make it happen one more time here, but he's got 2 angry cubes looking to take that lead away. That gap is increasing every lap now. He ran a oh yeah, he still ran a faster lap than Daisy and McQueen did. But Sands Club actually ran a faster lap than, oh my god, he ran a .420. Nice. And Omori Jr. ran an even faster lap, but that's probably because he's in the draft. With these last few laps remaining in this race, can Daisy close in on Squidward's lead and actually try and pass him? She hasn't been able to run a faster lap than him in a little bit, but she's getting pretty darn close now. But McQueen is even closer to her than she is to Squidward. Ooh, wow, she gains a lot in the corkscrew right there. But she loses a lot out of corner exit. Corner exit seems to be her struggle, while corner entry seems to be her gift in this race. I've had a photo finish at this track here before. It's definitely possible, so yeah, Squidward definitely has a turn 11 way better than Daisy does. But Daisy now starting to get a bit of a gap ahead of McQueen. She gained a little bit that time by she ran a slightly faster lap. But now the rest of the leaders, now Sands Club is actually starting to catch up with Imposter. We'll see if they can play a factor into the end of this race, potentially. Ooh, we have a message on the chat box. Problems with the 97 to Packmobile. Oil leak on the 97 will probably send him to pit road. He's doing good right now, but he might have to come down next time by. He's got a really good run out of the corkscrew in turn 9, but she's just not finding the momentum she needs to actually catch up to the 10 and pass him. Ten and 11 seem to be her worst corners at this track. As Squidward gets really good runs out of there. Ooh, she ran a much slower lap than both McQueen and Squidward. So yeah, either tire issues are probably becoming a thing now, or tire temps, or she's just losing all the grip that she had, and that's probably going to allow Squidward to coast away with an easy win if nothing happens. Packmobile now on pit road, taking a splash of fuel and fixing that oil leak. YEAAAAH also on pit road as well. And she will pit for a splash of fuel, so she is about to run out. Wait, did Squidward actually take half a can last time? He took 1 can of fuel. So he might be fine to the end on fuel, but now McQueen now catching up to the 44 could potentially pass her for second, as now she's losing more and more ground to the 10 of Squidward. Well, white flag this time by. One more time around for the 10 to win his second race this season, and also the second at a road course. Can Daisy somehow put on a flyer of a lap? She did run slower that time than Squidward did, so he's looking to cruise away to a victory here today at Watkins, Glen. He just needs to get away clean. Ooh, is more people coming down pit road? Ooh, Eggdog and Chow did, so it looks like people are running out of fuel. Could that actually play into Squidward's hand, as none of the leaders came down? He's continuing to run better and better laps than Daisy is right now. McQueen actually getting that draft right behind the 44. He's going to make a move. Can he steal second place away from Daisy here? Looks like he will try and do it. And now, paying attention to our leader, coming out of turn 11 for the final time. Squidward is going to win back-to-back road course races, and he secures the win at Watkins Glen. McQueen will finish second, just ahead of Daisy at the last second. And Daisy will finish third. Imposter finishes 4th, Sands Club 5th, Omori Jr. 6th, Miku 7th, Goots 8th, Doge Cube 9th, and the Racer gets a top 10. Very good for him. It'll be very close between him and Raccoon for that one spot in the playoffs, around that top 30 line. But thank you all for watching a very chaotic race here at Watkins Glen, with Squidward leading 39 laps and taking the victory here today. And we will see you tomorrow for the final race of the regular season at Texas World, which will be a fun one for sure. And thank you all for watching here today, and good night.